It'd be lovely if across the board every university took into account the students and there was a team of students working with lecturers. Even so, it's not always that the lecturers don't want to do it, it's maybe the lack of understanding around some things. That if we could educate them more, because everyone has a basic knowledge of what's going on in the world, but if we were able to educate lecturers from our home point of view as well, I think that would be really helpful.
I'm so privileged to welcome Niamh onto the podcast today. Hi, Niamh.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
Good, I'm good.
Good. Are you enjoying the weather, the sunny weather?
Yeah, I'm actually at home in Ireland at the moment and we've got wind and a bit of rain, so I'm very jealous of the
Oh,
warm weather.
oh no. That's such a shame. It's so sunny in London. It's like I think it's like 25 degrees, something like that.
Oh,
It's very
wow.
hot there.
Very jealous.
I'm sure we'll reach you eventually though. So just to start off, do you mind introducing yourself to the listeners, just giving a bit of information about yourself?
So my name's Niamh. I'm a third year pharmacy student at the University of Huddersfield. Um, I'm really into just kind of everyday music, just living all just, I don't know, positivity as well, into keeping people's spirits up, that sort of thing.
Amazing. And so you're a third year student at Huddersfield. What made you decide to do pharmacy in the first place?
Well, it actually starts from when I was quite young. My great uncle used to own a chain of pharmacies, about three of them around Dublin in Ireland. And I remember once going into the pharmacy with him and thinking, this is fantastic. And they were letting me behind the tills into the dispensary, and I thought, this is really cool. And then I heard him telling all his stories about how he helped so many people in his community. And I thought that would be a really good way of helping everyone because I didn't want to do medicine. Nursing was my other option. But when I heard all these fantastic stories about pharmacy, it resonated with me. So I thought I'm going to pursue that.
That's amazing. I feel like you don't hear about a lot of people who consider pharmacy from a very young age as well. So that's so cool as well. So, at what stage in your pharmacy journey did you first come across the BPSA?
It was in, well, first of all, I heard about them in first year with the talks we get from the reps. And I put it in the back of my mind thinking, I'm only first year. I don't know what the BPSA can really do for me. And then I repeated my first year. I had to repeat a module, and I started hearing more about the BPSA that year. And again, it was more of an interest to me, but I still didn't think I could do anything. And then in second year, my friends were talking about going to the annual conference, and I don't know why I didn't go for it. I wish I had now. I wish I'd applied to go. But it was through friends, really. I heard about the BPSA and everything they can do, and the university sending out the emails about competitions and how to get involved. So that's when I thought, I'm going to become a rep for the BPSA, a student representative.
Amazing. And what kind of things did you get up to as a rep?
I just helped Pennine coordinator, Shafan. I helped him just in our pharmacy group sending the posts that he asked for and this sort of thing. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to get involved with any events just due to things going on in our family. But I did everything I could to promote the BPSA.
Amazing. So we invited you on the podcast because you were one of the award winners this year. So could you tell us a little bit about the award that you won?
So I won the Student Wellbeing Champion Award, and first of all, I was absolutely amazed. I was astounded because everything I do as a student representative for my cohort, I just do it because I feel like it's something that's important for students. I didn't expect any recognition for it or anything to come of my day-to-day helping. So what I did, I think it was one of the main driving factors for the nomination, as far as I know, is that around our OSCE was going to be Eid, and one of my friends said to me, I think it's going to be Eid, do you mind mentioning it to the lecturers? So I said, yeah, of course I will. So I went and I spoke to them, and they said, we're not sure what we can do, but we'll see what we can do. So she came back to me then in a few weeks and said, we can move the OSCE. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. And then after that, we had a research proposal deadline. So I decided that was on the same day as the OSCE, and I decided that needed to be moved because the research proposal was a major part of our research module. It was like the 50% part of it. So that needed attention. And again, it wasn't fair for my friends to do that in Eid. So I thought, now that the OSCE's moved, let's see what we can do with that. And thank goodness the lecturer is lovely. So he said he'd help me move it, and he did.
It's so amazing though that the after bringing it to the attention of the lecturers that they actually listen to you, because I feel like sometimes that is an issue, is that as not just pharmacy students but as students in general is feeling like we're not being listened to. So it's actually incredible that they actually did take into account what you had said.
Yeah, definitely.
You kind of already touched on why you got into kind of supporting student well, but is there anything that you'd like to add about that, about why you did kind of decided to take initiative yourself to raise these issues?
I know, just from the point of becoming really interested in well-being, it's because I struggled a lot with anxiety myself, and I still do. I just have it more under control now, thank goodness. So in my first year, like I mentioned, I had to repeat an exam. I had to repeat my formulations module, and that was based on just exam nerves. So I went over that summer, I went to speak to my doctor and got help for anxiety. So ever since then, I've I've always felt empathy towards people in that way. Everyone says I'm quite empathetic, so I took all that on board and I thought, how can I help now with people saying all this about me? How can I make it work? Because I never had much self-confidence, and I still don't to an extent. So I thought other people have confidence in me. Maybe that can help me build my own confidence. So through helping people with student wellbeing like that with exams, it's not fair that that other religions are doing their exams like that for Eid. None of us would be expected to do one at Christmas. So that's how I approached the lecturers to bring it on everyone onto the same level. I said, we wouldn't be expected to do it, so why should everyone else? And that's a well-being thing that they need time off. We need time off. Everyone gets the same time off, and everyone gets the same time to prepare for these exams because an OSCE is a major time point in our exams. So and it's major for student well-being. So I wanted to make sure everyone felt comfortable, everyone felt in the right mind frame to sit their OSCEs.
Hmm. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you've talked about the kind of well-being initiatives that you were involved in. Have you faced any challenges or any backlash towards that? You said the lecturers were quite receptive. Was that overall a pretty positive response?
Yeah, thank goodness it has been because I'll approach everyone with the worst they can say is no mindset. So I'll go in, I'll be, obviously you're nice and polite to everyone, you're friendly, because the worst they can say is no. And usually if they say no, there's a good reason for it. So I just go in hoping for the best, but expecting that it might just be a no and we'll have to work around that. And then that way, then I'd see how I can work with my friends and my cohort, see what we can do to work with the situation we've got and do the best we can for ourselves.
So, what was your reaction to finding out that you were a BPSA award winner? And also, what was your reaction when you found out what the specific award was that you had won?
I got the email through and I'd just come in from university. So I was in talking to my auntie and my grandma saying like just telling them about my day, and I saw an email come up from Erica, and I thought, okay, I'm not sure what this is going to be. So I clicked it and I read it through and I thought, oh my goodness. So I was said to my grandma, I says, I've won an award. And she says, what award, what award? She was like me thinking, oh my gosh, what's this? So then I read student wellbeing and I thought it's such a it felt so personal for me to win something like that because it shows that my impact on other people, and from my experiences I've managed to help other people maybe not have as bad an experience as I had. That's I'm not sure how to phrase it really, but it's knowing that other people are going to be able to benefit from what I've learnt in my journey, and being able to speak to lecturers more confidently now. In first year, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So it's really the recognition of everything that's happened so far. I felt like it was a really, really big achievement. And then it was also a bit of, but I also don't need the recognition because that's not why I'm doing it. But it was lovely to receive the award. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I feel like as pharmacy students, we like to get involved in things, and a lot of the time, I think, as you said, like people don't they don't ask for recognition, but you honestly, like you've done such an incredible thing that you've done as well, and the fact that you've actually been listened to and supported by the university is really, I think something that more universities should take on board as well, is actually listening to what their students are saying. And you kind of talked a little bit about how important it is for um, um, equality, diversity, and inclusion to be taken into consideration at universities by obviously having the exam moved because it clashed with Eid. Do you think that there's anything more possibly that not just your university but universities in general could do to support student well-being?
I think, like you were saying, that for universities to listen to the students, we're lucky that all our lecturers are quite open to listening to us, and they're very supportive. So as soon as I mentioned it, she says, "Well, we're not sure what we can do, but we'll have a look, see if we can do anything." And I realise we're lucky to have that in a lot of our lecturers because other universities I've heard don't necessarily. So it'd be lovely if across the board every university took into account the students and there was a team of students working with lecturers. Even so, it's not always that the lecturers don't want to do it. It's maybe the lack of understanding around some things. That if we could educate them more, because everyone has a basic knowledge of what's going on in the world, but if we were able to educate lecturers from our home point of view as well, I think that would be really helpful.
And then, do you believe that the support is good in general, just for students at universities, or do you think that there's more to be done there, not just in terms of EDI, but just in terms of everything in general, kind of? I know that mental health kind of falls under that as well, but like that kind of thing.
I'm speaking from my experience. I know I've had brilliant experiences through university with support, but I know that's not the same for everyone. And I'm not sure how it can be changed across the board because for some people, some things work better than for others. So it's very personal to the person how you go and seek help and then how you act upon it. So universities, I think, need to look at people individually, which is very hard. But if we could, if lecturers understood, and which again ours I think do, that they understand the classes they're working with, that they can help tailor things towards people. But I think a lot more of the smaller focused tutorials would be much better for people for support, that sort of thing.
So now you've won an award, you've finished third year, hopefully going on to fourth year next year. Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to in the future?
Um, well, in general, it's trainee year. I'm really looking forward to completing Oriel, finding out where I'm going the year after, and working towards that. And then also just the camaraderie we've built as a class over the last few years to keep going with that and hopefully build on that more. That we can showing each other we can support each other through this, and we're all going to get to the same end goal. And in the way of well-being, I'm going to do more work with pharmacist support. I'm a pharmacist support ambassador, so I'm really hoping that in over the next year, especially with Oriel and trainee year coming up, that I'll be able to do more with like my year, the year below us, all the years really of the pharmacy school that we can hopefully build a bit more of a support network for us all.
Mhm. So what kind of things have you done as a pharmacist support student rep?
Unfortunately, not much yet. I only started it late in the academic year, and like I said, we had a bit going on family-wise, so I had to take a step back from that. But I'm hoping to, in the next academic year, be part of the welcome fair for the Pharmacy Society and represent pharmacy support at that.
Yeah, amazing. And you mentioned looking forward to going through Oriel. Obviously, Oriel, I think is something that every third year kind of looks forward to and is maybe a bit nervous about at the same time. Do you have any particular sector that you're looking to go into?
Keen to go into hospital. I work part time in a community pharmacy at the moment, and I love it, but I think being able to experience like hospital GP, even if I do end up doing my trainee year partly in community, I'm going to enjoy anywhere I go. But the hospital environment, the pace of it, the different people, the different complexities of cases really, really interests me.
Hmm. Yeah, of course. And have you managed to get much exposure of hospital pharmacy through your degree as well?
I did a week placement in St James's Hospital in Leeds in my second year, and it was the best week of work experience I think I've ever done. I loved it. We went all over the hospital, saw all sorts, even into the A&E department, and that's what really solidified my love of hospital pharmacy because I went into it thinking it's going to be like hard, it's going to be long days, and it is, but also the variation of it made the day really, really interesting. So that's what drew me more to hospital after seeing it.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think it's always nice to hear that people are getting exposure to hospital from kind of those earlier years, and I think that that's something that hopefully is going to change as the course evolves. Obviously, with the new prescribing, that people get exposure to hospital from kind of first and second year, because I know that that's something that students are looking to get into as well. Hopefully, a little bit more. But yeah, no. So that sounds really exciting. Besides oral, is there anything else that you're looking forward to in fourth year? Anything, it could be to do with well-being or to do with anything else.
Fourth year, I'm really aiming to go to annual conference again for the BPSA because I was there for BPSA Day this year and the awards night, and it was fantastic. And hearing from like my friend Abby that went to AC last year, it sounds like a fantastic week. So my aim is to work towards being able to make time to go to AC in fourth year.
I really hope that happens to you. Fingers crossed, because annual conference is a really good experience, and I would love for you to experience it as well. So you went to, as an award winner, you get access to, you're able to attend the whole of BPSA Day as well as the BPSA Awards night. So what was your experience of BPSA Day, especially from somebody who hadn't had as much experience of the in-person events that BPSA holds, or what was that like?
It was fantastic. I saw how well run all BPSA events are. Like, you're in the executive team, you were all fantastic. It felt really accessible. It felt really friendly and welcoming because I walked into the room and everyone was saying, "Oh, hello," and welcoming you, and it just felt like a family, really. It did feel like a pharmacy family. And then seeing all the speakers and hearing from Emeka and everyone from various aspects of the team, it really showed you that we can do anything as pharmacy students. And to be in a room full of pharmacy students, we all have different stories. We've all come from different areas. We're all working to the same thing. It was brilliant to be with like-minded people for the day and meeting new people from all over, speaking to like Anisha Patel about her podcast. It was fantastic.
Mhm. I'm so glad to hear that you took a lot away from that day. You already mentioned Anisha Patel. Was there any other workshops that were part of the day that you particularly enjoyed?
I've quite enjoyed hearing from the GPHC about the registration exam because even though it's a couple of years off for me yet, it's something that's playing on my mind more the further I get through my degree. So to hear from them about how it's structured, how the questions are made up, how even the it runs on the day, the exam centres, it was fantastic to hear from the GPHC themselves saying this is how it works. And we do have you as students in mind because I think we forget that they want us to succeed. They don't want us to fall at that last hurdle. They want us to become pharmacists and support us through it.
Mhm. Yeah, of course. And following BPSA Day, you came along to the awards night. What was your experience of that?
It was lovely. Even just sitting on the table with everyone and chatting, like with yourself and Sanjida, it just felt like, again, you didn't know many people, but everyone was so friendly. Everyone was so welcoming. And hearing from the other award winners and everyone's stories on the night was just fantastic. Chatting to people, networking. Yeah, it was just, it was an amazing experience. And I would recommend that anyone do it if they can.
Mhm. It's amazing. And also, I was just wondering, what have you done with the trophy that you received?
It's on. a shelf as safe as it can be away from my kitten because as soon as it came in the house, she was ready to knock it off the table. But it's pride of place in my bedroom.
That's amazing. So, moving on to the last segment of the interview, I've got some rapid fire questions for you, if that's okay. Just a
No
few.
problem.
Um, you just need to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. First question, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Niamh and I'm from Galway in Ireland,
Do you have a dream travel destination?
Thailand. 100% Thailand.
Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Tea. Yorkshire tea specifically.
Yorkshire tea is the best. I always say that to people and no one agrees with me. I'm so glad you do.
Now, if you're in Ireland, I prefer Barry's tea, which is a bit controversial. In Ireland, it's Barry's versus Lyons, but I'm a Barry's girl in Ireland.
I'll have to try that one time. Do you have a go-to revision snack?
Oh, I think popcorn, sweet and salted popcorn.
If you were a drug, what drug would you be and why?
Um, I think I'd be escitalopram or some sort of SSRI because I like to try boost people's mood and keep them going.
And my last question for you, what's the best piece of advice that you've got for pharmacy students?
Try not to doubt yourself. It's harder to do than it is to say, but we've all got to the point of admission into the pharmacy school. We're all following the same path, and don't compare yourself to other people. Don't use that as a measurement of how you're doing because once you start doubting yourself, it's harder to get yourself out of um that rut you've put yourself in. I know that from experience. I spent too long doubting myself and my abilities, and then coming out of exams knowing I'd done well, but still doubting the ability. So don't do that. That's my one piece of advice.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today, Niamh. I really appreciate you taking the time to come and talk to us. It's been so great to hear from you as well, about your insights into student well-being. What pharmacy schools do that already is really good. It's really nice to hear that your pharmacy school does listen to you as a student is really amazing to hear. But also a little bit about what maybe a university could do more to help student well-being. And I just want to say as well, congratulations on winning the award again. It sounds like you've done an amazing job this year. And yeah,
Thank you so much. It's been fantastic talking to you.